Uh, I was, you know, giving a little bit of a detailed comment on today's Straight Talk program, a broad, weekly program that is broadcasted at Sama TV. Uh, then, Shehzad Chaudhry Saab, I was that how accurate he is. What he said in such simple word and a lot of details is that what is actually true. Now, I mean, you can say it's might be a constraint of represented through, just finance ministry, because finance ministry is a finance ministry. It is representing something which has more association with how money is valuated, how currency is valuated within an economy. It is, it is about financial economics or accounting. Whereas, I was explaining that, planning commission GDP per capita, the GDP per capita is a indicator evaluated through money, is income per person, and it is evaluated in terms of currency, which can be rupees or which can be dollars. Whereas it is GDP per capita is more relevant to SDGs, long-term planning, development goals, and that is what planning commission would work on. Whereas finance ministry would have a more relevant variable which represents macroeconomic stability, which represents certain interest rates stabilization and price stabilization, and thereby GDP, real GDP, which is nominal GDP divided by price levels. Whereas it would be in terms of valuation of goods and services at constant prices, which represents a certain base year of price level or inflation level. Whereas Ministry of Industries and Production would represent itself through the gross domestic product explained in terms of billions of dollars, whereas because it is representing Pakistan's export promotion policy strategies, how industrial sector would really contribute not only to the domestic economy but to international economy, and how trade partners would then be reached out to then increase Pakistani exports. I mean, has a great relationship with Pakistan. Pakistan really has a great diplomacy going on with Europe and United States of America and Middle East. There are so many other regions in Africa and Latin America as well. So what I would say is that this constraint, and then I was has such a player. This is our guide as being economist. He's quite young. Yes, I'm talking about Abid Salehi, the Pakistan's leading, South Asia's leading think tank SDPI, and he's executive director at SDPI, a distinguished career, one of the best economists of Pakistan. And what he would say in another TV channel, and while Aisha was the host, and Abid Salehi would say that we need to also try to understand the constraints that the finance ministry has. If not, we should try to come up with some suggestions. Now, that okay, these there are certain loopholes in the budget, and they can be addressed. So I'm religiously following Abid Salehi, and what I'm saying is that for the next budget, let's say how I have explained different transformation of gross domestic product would suggest that if finance ministry would be able to really transform financial stability and financial development into real economic activity, most of the critique would be addressed, and then GDP growth rate would really represent not only rise of average incomes, but of course maybe increase in jobs, as the issue pointed out by Shehzad Chaudhry Saab. And so there's more interaction that needs to be between Ministry of Industries and Production, Finance Ministry, and Planning Commission. I mean, they are interlinked. So what suggestion? Ali Salman, you should get Ali Salman of Pakistan Research Institute of Market Economy, businesses. He's a great rapport with politicians and businesses, and SDPI is kind of Sustainable Development Policy Institute. Sustainable, I mean, the vision and the great team. Waqar, he was from Planning Commission. I met him. He's most probably Deputy Executive Director. A great team, always have been great team. I mean, SDPI, I knew SDPI through, sending a paper